We always talked about wanting freedom. Freedom to work how we wanted, where we wanted, and when we wanted. I read The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and that inspired me to really take the jump and get into business. In 2016, my sister and I did just that. We opened our company and we were a 2-woman show. We did everything very intentionally, and we had systems in place for everything, and we saw success with that. We grew enough that we needed to hire on employees internally to help us with that new workload. And then came the question of, how do we ensure we have continued success now that we have new people running our baby? And at that point in time, I thought, I'm gonna teach them how to be exactly like me, and I'm gonna show them how to do everything the exact same way I would do. So we didn't give them any autonomy. I had scripts for everything. I was there to solve every single problem, and I really didn't let them make any mistakes, and therefore they weren't learning. So in year 3, we had success, things were going well, but we were no closer to that goal of freedom, of having a little bit more autonomy to focus on the growth of the business and on our own work-life balance and enjoyments. Then comes 2020, that fateful year, and while a lot of bad came from it, a little bit of good did come from it for me, because it gave us the push that we needed to start putting some trust in our staff. All of a sudden, we were working remote, and we had to trust that our staff were doing what they needed to do in the way that we needed them to do it. And they were finally able to make some mistakes and learn from them and show us that we could trust them. But that period, of course, was very scary. It wasn't all rainbows and epiphanies. It was really nerve-wracking because I then turned into the manager, and I didn't know how to be a manager. I didn't know how to support my staff. I didn't know how to empower them. So I spent a lot of time reading and kind of feeling around and doing trial and error. And eventually, the staff showed me that they didn't need me day to day, that they could do it. And now we have an office of 9 employees. They're running the show completely, and they're doing an amazing job of it. And for me, that gives us the taste of freedom that was our goal, that I read about in the 4-Hour Workweek. But also it opens up my time to grow the business to that next level. So now, instead of focusing on hiring employees and scheduling and all of that, I'm focusing on employee retention and engagement. I'm focusing on finding new softwares and technologies. And I'm focusing on engaging with my community, in places like the Sandbox. So my main takeaway from this experience is I would foster trust in my employees much sooner and learn to motivate them and give them autonomy.